Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some amazing leather fragrances in my collection. We have a lot of different styles of leather fragrances here. Some are more rugged, some are very elegant, some are fresh, some are mysterious. There's something for everyone here, designer and niche, so let's go. So I want to start off with a really beautiful leather fragrance. This is called Dark Opulence from Scentologia, one of their newest releases, and as the name would tell you, very opulent and rich feeling. Now this is going to be a more mysterious but classy at the same time type of leather scent. There's a lot of darker notes here. It opens with a lot of saffron and leather with this kind of subtle booziness, but what really makes this fragrance amazing and makes it a little bit different is the freshness coming from black tea and osmanthus. But it doesn't really come off like peachy or fruity. It just comes off very fresh, kind of like a dewy leather. There's some tobacco and woods in the base, but very minimal tobacco, kind of overshadowed a bit by the saffron in this scent. You get a really nice kind of like sparkling ginger tea vibe with a very subtle smokiness. It is just so well balanced, and the leather is so bold, once again, so opulent, and of course, very, very long lasting in typical Scentologia fashion. So next up, we have another all black bottle, Ombré Leather Eau de Parfum from Tom Ford. Now technically, my favorite flanker in the Ombré Leather line is the new Eau de Ombré Leather, but I wanted to highlight this because I think that in the whole line, it is the most leather forward. Eau de Ombré Leather is a little bit less on the leather and more dominant on like vanilla and cardamom, but this one is like a rugged, sexy cowboy type of leather with a little bit of sweetness. It's also a little bit powdery. Tom Ford is honestly the king of leather fragrances, and Ombré Leather was originally created to be a softer, like easier to wear version of Tuscan leather, fun fact. And then it was discontinued and brought into this signature line. It has jasmine, sambac, and cardamom, a little bit of greenness to make it wearable. It is a great, straightforward, daily wear leather scent, a sexy cowboy or like a leather jacket type of vibe. There's a reason it's so popular. Ombré Leather Eau de Parfum from Tom Ford. Now, there are many different Xerjoff fragrances that I could include in this list, but today we're going to be highlighting Homme Anniversary. And this is also one of their newest releases, kind of a remake of the original Homme, but made way better. Plus, we have this really amazing looking bottle with the gold flakes and this kind of like natural stone in the middle. I think it's a mother of pearl, but I could be wrong. Now this is going to be an immensely sophisticated and refined leather. A green leather that is earthy, but not quite as punchy or animalic or as challenging as the original. This has a lot of bergamot and citrus with tarragon, clove and styrax. It opens very bright, very citrusy, but with a little bit of like this candy sweetness underneath, and really smoothed out with a bit of vanilla. Super, super masculine, a bit more rugged than the first two, but also more bright. This is one that you definitely need to sample, but it is gorgeous. Homme Anniversary from Xerjoff. Next up is Boss Bottled Absolu, my current addiction. And I kind of hate to say it, but this is an absolute must-have. If you have bought or tried Boss Bottled Absolu, please leave a comment down below what you think about this. It is seriously my favorite designer release of the entire year. It is literally sexiness bottled. And I will say that this does have leather, but it's not going to be as leather dominant as the others on this list. It's more sweet and resinous, but the leather is there. I'm telling you, this fragrance smells niche. The quality is crazy. It smells like melting myrrh over leather and woods with a green patchouli and divana. Hugo Boss really went full throttle with this one. It is a 10 out of 10, a 12 out of 10. It is a 20 out of 10. Way, way, way better than the Elixir as well. A bit sweet and incensey. It is a must experience. Absolutely amazing. Boss bottled Absolu. So next up we have the Moon from Frederick Malle. I get so many questions about this fragrance. Every single week that we do a live stream, someone is bringing up the Moon, and this is a masterpiece done by Julien Rasquinet. And also, in my opinion, the best from this particular collection. This is a fruitier leather with depth and complexity. You get these beautiful red fruits like raspberry and lychee, and I kind of get a bit of this like berry trio vibe. It's just so juicy and bright in the opening. That berry vibe with saffron in a beautiful jammy rose. There's olibanum and resins with leather. A little bit of oud. It's kind of smoky, dark, and alluring. Very exotic and Middle Eastern feeling, balsamic and kind of balmy textured. Green and woody. Wow, and this is a beast. This will last 24 hours. And with this price point, you would expect it. Kind of gets a bit dry as it settles. It is truly, truly beautiful. Pricey is an understatement, but it is worth it. I love it. The Moon from Frederick Malle. So next up is a deeper leather for the niche connoisseurs out there. This is Florian from Gritty, a very, very artistic leather scent. This is the perfect fragrance for those out there that are tired of designer fragrances and they want something a bit more hefty. You need to get into the freaky stuff, right? Just kidding, it's not that challenging. This is spicy with cardamom and ginger, but it's also at the same time very rosy feeling. So it does have a lot of balance to the scent, but there is a little bit of this kind of civet animalic undertone. A little bit of oud mixed with a lot of saffron. It's kind of incensey too, and that incense note comes out even more as it dries. It's very grown up feeling and perfect for someone that wants something very strong and very bold. Crazy, crazy strong projection. It literally fills the room. Florian from Gritty. And next up is fucking fabulous from Tom Ford. I told you that Tom Ford is the king of designer leathers, and I love this interpretation. This is actually one of my first real fragrance loves. This is very aromatic, kind of powdery-ish. It's really not too much, but you get this beautiful, I could cry beautiful almond in the opening. It is such a unique take on leather. It is so, so good. Honestly, sometimes I forget how much I love this stuff. Orris and almond with white woods and leather. So dressy, so elegant, and once again, just so unique and also super aromatic. Kind of a lighter leather too. It's not so dense. It's what makes it feel very elegant, but also very wearable. It's not the type of leather that's really going to weigh you down, and you do get a big dose of almond here. Super impressive and also very unisex. A leather for everyone that is, oh, so good, so amazing. You kind of get this smooth, luxurious cashmere and almond, so alluring. It really invites you in. Fucking fabulous from Tom Ford. Plus, who doesn't love that name, right? Especially when anyone asks you what you're wearing, you can say, effing fabulous from Tom Ford. So we have to talk about the icon, Dior Homme Parfum. This is a rich, creamy orris butter with mandarin and a more rugged, dark leather. This is a leather for the nighttime, the perfect leather for a date night. There's a lot of sensuality about this scent. Perfect for a low-lit room, a candlelit dinner. And this is a newer formula as well, which I do prefer majorly over the older formulations. I feel like the newer version is a bit easier to pull off, a little bit more appealing, and there is an even newer formula coming soon, so look forward to that to the USA. This is almost an edible leather, kind of like an orris butter infused leather. It's lipsticky with a very creamy, smooth sandalwood. There's an interesting contrast because the leather feels a bit rugged, but the orris butter makes it very refined feeling and dressy. And if you're looking for a more affordable version or something more accessible, I would recommend going with Valentino Uomo Intense. Doesn't smell exactly the same, but to me it's kind of like an even better version of this. DHP is definitely going to be for a more particular person because you do have to really enjoy lipsticky iris types of scents. But if you do, It's really good. So this next scent is a masterpiece. Gala worthy, even royalty worthy. We're talking about Vanille Leather from BDK. This is a beautiful powdery mix of florals like violet and tuberose, orange blossom and orris butter, and it's really fresh and a little bit sweet because of this vanilla, but it's a very natural vanilla and more of like this silky suede leather. It's not like a rugged dark leather. One of the absolute best BDKs in my opinion, a total standout from the line. This is elegance bottled. Like elegant is an understatement. It's woody at the end, it's not too green, and I love the addition of this kind of subtle sweetness. It is so addicting and it is perfect. And this juice color is everything. I love it. So if you want an exceptionally classy leather, try Vanille Leather. So next up is Red Colorado from M. Micallef. Now this is a very outdoorsy scent. This smells like a forest with smoky leather. It's piney, kind of camphorous. It smells like you're hiking through Boulder, Colorado, and you feel this kind of like dewy, mossy texture. It's very realistic smelling, like a dewiness from the surrounding woods. Super green with a beautiful leather accord. Also very spicy feeling, but it also feels high quality and very wearable at the same time, but very masculine. This would be an amazing option if you like more like forest, like kind of woodsy scents. And there's something about it too that feels very calming. I'm not sure where that's coming from, but it's like that calming effect of being out in nature. It's really beautiful, very artistic, and we know that Micallef puts out amazing quality scents. Red Colorado. So next we have another amazing designer leather. This is Ralph's Club Elixir. And this one also kind of flies under the radar. Not too many people talk about this, but it is fantastic. And this is gonna have a bit more of like a typical designer DNA, but a very high-end designer. It doesn't feel like a cheap synthetic sweet scent, but you will find a bit of that like designer-esque sweetness. It is so good and very attractive. This is a very, very attractive scent on a man. Another orris lavender leather scent, but just has this addictive, alluring sweetness. There's zesty grapefruit in here too that is so freaking good. It is a must try. One of the best designer leathers out there, like aside from things like Tom Ford, like when you go into department stores, into Macy's, it's the best. A bit minty and clean feeling, a nice clean leather. Ralph's Club Elixir. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the video with another huge love of mine. We're talking about white Moroccan leather from Habibi, New York. Ah, this bottle. This is going to be more like a white leather, of course, as the name would imply. It feels very bright. A great sparkling sweetness in here. Really good. And this is crazy to say as well, but this is my #1 recommendation from the list. And why? Because when I was smelling all these fragrances to put the idea for the video together, by the time I came around to this one, I was blown away. I was like, this fragrance smells so unique compared to all of the other scents in the list. This is super fresh with this beautiful tea vibe, along with this super juicy, creamy citrus. This is the perfect, like absolutely perfect, every single day, every single season, any occasion type of leather scent. The best, easiest to wear, signature worthy leather scent. And at the same time, it feels incredibly classy. Lightly spiced, and the orris butter doesn't ever become too dense or thick or too creamy. It definitely has a creamy texture, but it's not too much. And it also doesn't go in like a lipsticky direction or like a vegetal, like garden-esque type of iris. And I also really love that the orris in here does not overpower the citrus or the leather like that happens in a lot of the other like orris leather fragrances that I've talked about. It is incredible. So easy to wear, but feels very elevated, literally class embodied, and so refreshing, crisp and unique. Of course, the other fragrances have things that make them distinguishable and different from one another, But there are some that share a lot of similarities, but this does not share any similarities with any of them on the list. And a crazy, crazy value too, $135 for a 75 ml, and you can save 10% off of that with the code Erica10. And this has a really beautiful kind of cashmere quality to it as well, which is another reason why I think I'm really drawn to it and really enjoy it. It's unisex, literally anyone could wear this. It doesn't lean masculine and it does not lean feminine. Anyone can wear it and they're going to smell amazing. It's a beautiful USA-based niche fragrance house, and there are a lot of hidden gems from Habibi, New York. But white Moroccan leather was my first love. It is the fragrance that really got me into discovering the house. And it really, truly deserves so much attention. It is gorgeous. Everything. The quality of the bottle, the atomizers, and I love this kind of ceramic cap. It's very heavy. White Moroccan leather from Habibi, New York. But yeah, guys, that was just a video talking about some of my favorite leather fragrances in my collection. I think leather is such a fun note, can give you like a very alluring, mysterious vibe, and is something a little bit different than what most people wear. And it makes a very bold statement. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment down below if there are any on this list that you are interested in trying. And what is your favorite leather fragrance? I would love to know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.